City Jazz Sessions is about great music, arts, and entertainment. We are located in St. Louis, Missouri, and available to performance art lovers worldwide. Follow us on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, and Twitter. You can email us at cityjazzsessions@gmail.com.
Well, good evening. Good evening. This is Warren Harper, Magic Man 50, and we are bring,
Ron,
we are bringing you live Ron Jackson, seven-string guitar phenom in New York City. Ron, how you doing?
I'm good.
You're good. All righty. It's been a while since we spoke, but tell us what's going on. How's life been?
Oh, it's been pretty hectic as usual. Just plowing along with performing and teaching and booking and traveling and touring and just everything. You know, uh, you know, uh, here in New York City. It's just like I feel like I work 14-hour days even though I'm self-employed. Yeah.
Well, that's what happens when you're self-employed, I'm told. But so we understand you have a tour coming up real soon, and we're going to talk about that a little bit. Tell us about it.
Yeah. So last year when I first met you, I had a tour called the Whatever's Open tour because a lot of things
Mhm.
were closed down.
Right.
But now things are opened up. So now this is called, since after COVID, we called it the Still Standing Tour. So after
Still
all,
standing. Yeah.
yeah,
And
because
not to mention that we got to keep standing because that nasty COVID is coming back.
oh yeah, just so you know, last week I had some shows in New York where I invited this great Hammond organ player from the West Coast named Brian Ho.
Hmm.
I play over there with him sometimes. I'm actually going to the West Coast actually as part of this tour, and he played a concert with me. He flew in like last Wednesday, and he did a concert, and then we did a concert at night at the Django.
Hmm.
There were, and he was a featured artist there. The next day, he says, I have like a cold. I said, really? He says,
Wow.
and I went to take a test. I have COVID. I was like, oh wow,
Oh,
really?
wow.
So what happened was, he he had to cancel the last two gigs with me. Well, he
Mm.
had another gig, and then he had to cancel the gig. Then he went back home to
And this was how long
prepare.
ago?
About 10 days ago.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
And I tested negative, and everybody else I knew that was with them.
Mm.
So that was kind of a drag for him, But and it was kind of a drag because I organized this and he couldn't even make it. He got sick.
Yeah.
So I mean, there's a lot of people catching COVID right now and other things. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
but
Be careful.
oh yeah, I mean I'm going to make sure I get my COVID vaccine because I'm always traveling. So yeah, so that's so it's been pretty busy and tonight I'm going to be rushing because I'm going to have to pack. We're leaving tomorrow to go to Omaha to perform
Hmm.
my first show.
First show in
So
Omaha.
yeah,
Have you
so,
performed there before?
yeah, I have. I played there last year. Actually, I think right after I saw you in St. Louis,
Okay.
about 10 days later or a week later, I played in Omaha.
So they have a pretty nice jazz crowd up there.
Yeah, I mean the club is like the club is called the Jewel, and I was recommended by actually Brian, the guy who I told you got COVID.
Hmm.
There's a great Hammond organ player that lives out there named Mitch Town. So I used the guys over there, Mitch Town and Jeffrey Johnson. They're playing with me this time, and the club is just like it's like the Blue Note or like Birdland. It's that high. It's a high class. It's like one of the nicest clubs I've ever played in, and it's in
Oh,
Omaha. You
wow.
know, well, Omaha. You know why? Because one of my best friends lives there, Mister what's his name, Warren Buffett.
Oh yeah,
so so
the other Warren.
yeah, the other Warren, yeah.
Yeah,
the
that's my
Warren that
cousin.
the Warren that
Yeah,
no,
got
anyway,
two brothers.
that's where he lives. So no, it's a really nice club, and the musicians are great. So I'm actually going to be recording I'm doing a new album. I'm recording a new album, so I'm doing a album with all Hammond organ players. So I recorded one first part in the Bay Area in January. Then I'm recording this next part with Mitch and Mitch Town and on organ, and then
Hmm.
and Jeffrey Johnson. And I'm recording another part in October in New York City with Winard Harper and Pat Bianchi that live over here. So it's all going to be a bunch of organ players on this record. It's one of my favorite instruments.
Yeah, I was gonna say that you'd like Oregon because I
Oh yeah,
remember when you were here, you brought what was his name?
Kyle Kohler.
Kyle Kyle Kohler. He was great. He was great.
Yeah, and the Kyle was actually he had played one of my albums that came out about 10 years ago that Melvin Sparks had produced.
Hmm.
He's a great player.
Yeah,
So
yeah. And he that little I don't know how many keys that small one he had, but it was rocking, man.
yeah, that's his portable touring organ. You could just throw it under the plane in a case. You
Yeah,
know.
I threw it in the back of my Lincoln SUV, and we got there to the gig, man.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. It was nice, man. Thanks for that. It was fun.
Yeah,
That was a nice night too at the Blue Strawberry. I had a great time.
yeah,
You know.
nice place. Love to
And
have you back.
oh yeah, I want to come back. I have been trying to figure out how to get back there, but I want to try another place maybe. What's the main club there called?
Oh, the Jazz St. Louis,
Oh yeah, that's a great place. I heard.
also known as Jazz at the Bistro.
Oh nice.
Yeah,
Yeah, so I want to get back there. Yeah.
Victor Goins runs that place now.
Oh, he plays with Winton, doesn't he?
Yeah, they're buds. Yeah,
Well,
yeah,
I think he played
from what
in
I
the band
understand.
in the Lincoln Center Jazz Orchestra, didn't he? Jazz at Lincoln Center Orchestra.
Yeah, yeah, and a couple of our guys, Peter Martin and Adam Manis, local keyboard player, they interviewed him once,
Oh
so I
wow.
got to learn a little bit about him. Yeah,
Oh yeah. Yeah. I
good
mean, I
luck.
heard about the place.
Yeah, yeah, that'd be nice to get you down there.
That would be great. So I'm working on all these things. But in the meantime, I organized this tour, and so we're getting ready to go on that. And so my first stop is the Jewel, and I'll be there to play Thursday. Then I'm flying right to Denver
Hmm.
to play at this guitar festival, which is called the Rocky Mountain Arts Top Guitar Festival. So it's just like it's all guitar players, all kinds of great guitar players. There's going to be Ed Sherry and we see Farid Hawk, this guy Pasquale Grosso, a really great guitar player. So many great guitar players, so I'm one of them. And
Hmm.
it's going to be like I'm going to be doing a workshop, concert, like a seven-string guitar forum, a Benedetto artist showcase night where all the Benedetto players are going to be playing.
Cool.
That Benedetto's presenting, and then I'll be there from like the 8th to the 10th, and then I'm going to be coming back to New York for a few days. Then flying back Friday to San Francisco to the Bay Area,
Oh, okay.
and then I'm playing at the Jazz Keys Bistro in San Francisco for 2 nights with my still standing tour bandmates. Essie and Essie on the bass. He used to play with Art Blakey,
Hmm.
and Sylvia Cuenca, who's a drummer, who's actually his wife now, and she used to play with Joe Henderson and Clark Terry and all these great people.
Oh,
Great,
wow.
I've toured with them last year for like actually when after I saw you guys, I told you I went to Omaha and I went to Kansas and I went to Missouri. What was that town in Missouri? Anyway, another town in in Missouri, but it
Kansas
was
City,
no, it was a smaller town.
Columbia.
Uh, Maybe it was like not too far from Kansas actually.
Mm,
I'll
okay.
think of the name. It's on my tour date book. But anyway, I played there. Then after that I went to Oregon to play. So I used them to play in Oregon. So I played in. Well, I'm going to actually later on my tour. So when I get to San Francisco, I'll be in the Bay Area for a little bit. So I'll be there. Like Friday and Saturday next on the 15th and 16th. The
Hmm.
17th, I'm doing a workshop at the California Jazz Conservatory. Like a jazz improv workshop, advanced jazz theory and stuff. And then
Cool.
the Tuesday, I'm playing at a place in San Jose called Three Flames, and then Wednesday I'm playing a place called Bird and Beck in San Francisco. Then back in San Jose on the 21st at Mama Kin, which was a well-known jazz club there for quite a long time. Basically with the same trio, and then Friday I'll be playing at back in San Francisco again called Mr. Tipples with a new trio that I'm using. Um,
Hmm.
a guy named Adam Sherman on organ and another drummer that I don't really know that well, but he's supposed to be a great drummer. And then after that, we're going to be driving up to Ashland, Oregon, and which is like a long drive, like 4 or 5 hour drive at least,
Where
with
are
a
you
van.
driving to Oregon from?
Well, we're going to have bass. It's going to be a bass player playing with us. So the
No,
drummer,
you're going to
excuse me,
Oregon from where?
sorry. We're going from Oregon from we're going to Oregon from San Francisco.
Okay, and that's only what, 4 or 5 hours, you say?
At least, yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
it's not that far. You know what's really funny? I'll tell you a story. Last year, I had to play in Portland, and the next day I had to be in Berkeley, California, and it was weird. It kind of impossible to take a flight, so we took the rent a car and drove all night to get to Berkeley for my workshop the next day at 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
Wow.
It was kind of crazy, but we did it. And we split the drive, me and my wife, and it worked out great. So I mean, we're gonna be driving. We're gonna play in Ashland. We're playing at this winery for this it's like a kind of a festival. And then
Hmm.
after that, we're gonna do like a workshop or two in that area, and then we're gonna drive up to Salem, Oregon, which is the capital, and play at Christos, which is a pizzeria that has jazz. And then our last 2 nights in Portland will be in Portland at the big club called the 1905, a really great jazz club, for 2 nights. And then after that, we have to drive all the way down to Dunsmuir, California. You can show the graphic of the tour dates if you want, if you'd like, Leon. And that's not the one. This is the other one. There's another one. It has all the tour dates that was on that that I sent you earlier. It has like every tour date. But that 1905, that's another one with all the tour dates. It's like a brown and blue one. But when you find out, I'll show you. What you'll see. You'll see. There's one more that was in in an email I sent you. But the tour dates. It has like every one of the tour dates. But you'll see. You can post that later if you want. But it's attached to the email that I
I'll
sent
see
this
if I
morning.
can find it.
Yeah.
No, you go
So
ahead and talk. Let me find it.
Okay.
okay.
Okay. It's in
Yeah.
sessions. But anyway, so during the tour thing, what is it that you like the most about touring? And what is it that you maybe don't like as much?
Well, you know what's really funny about it? It's really tiring.
I can
Which
imagine.
is which is but in a way, it's like a lifestyle to me. Like you're living in hotels, you're eating out different places. But the thing
Yeah.
that's really great about it is you get to meet new people and go different places that you've never been to before.
Yeah.
You
I can
know, and of course, it's not the best situation. Sometimes you have to get up really early and do a lot of traveling. But it was
imagine.
weird. Last year I was on tour for like about a month, and when I got back, it was weird. I wanted to get back, but then when I got back, I felt I missed being on the road all the time.
I hear you.
It's kind of weird. But when you're on the road, you feel miss going being home. At the same
Right.
place. So there's drawbacks. But I get to meet a lot of people. Like I got to meet you, for example.
Sure. Sure.
You know what I mean? I meet new fans, young and old.
Mm-hmm.
They love to come check out. Come see me play. They love to autograph my vinyls and CDs and get my T-shirts and books and interact with me. I get to film everything. And it's really kind of cool. Really interesting to do this all like this.
So now, when you came here, your wife happened to be with you. How many other tour dates does she make?
She came to every one of them.
Oh, she was with you all the time.
Yeah, and she was
Okay.
like the well, when I saw you, she was actually hired to be the tour manager too. Like
Okay.
yeah, like you know, she helped coordinate some of the stuff. Um, and also she's the merch person, so she would set up the merch stand and sell the merchandise every
Gotcha.
show. You know, and
She's a business partner as well, basically.
yeah, exactly. It is a business though, so we actually have a business where we take we like she helped invest in all my vinyls and my books and
Hmm.
T-shirts, like my Seven String Guitar Heroes T-shirts here,
Right, right.
and so it was cool, um, so she's gonna be doing the same thing for the next tour,
Yeah,
and it's
I'll check out your merch store too and see if I can find some goodies.
oh
So,
yeah, yeah, sure, sure,
so I only
yeah,
found the two posters in the
oh
email
really,
that was sent us. There was two posters, and then there was a link to your Google Drive, and that poster. There was a third poster in there, but it only had one date on it.
oh really, interesting, but the one let me see, that's interesting because the one that I sent you has is has these two posters. I mean, actually, one can see them. They're
Yeah,
like
I'm
in the.
looking at it in the email. I'm not sure why.
You can't see that. Can you
Yeah,
forward that to him somehow?
yeah, that's what I'm trying to do now.
You see a poster there with more dates on it,
Yeah, with
other
all the
than the two
dates.
posters I showed.
Yeah,
One
yeah.
where? Hold on.
In the
Let me
sessions
take a look.
email.
I'm okay. Just so we can keep it short. I am in the sessions email.
Uh huh.
It says sponsorship proposal Ron Jackson. Is that not the
Not
email I
that.
should be
Not
looking
not
at?
not that one. Not that one.
Okay.
It's
No,
called.
there's one above that that came in at
All right. I
10:40.
see it. Okay. I see it.
10:40. Gotcha.
He put it.
That's the one.
It was an inline and not an attachment. I got you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Well, also this it's attached in the email too. I put both, so you can see both.
Okay. So
It's actually both.
so
Yeah.
there's a blue one and a brownish one. Which one you want to see both?
They're both the same, but they're just different colors.
Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Then
They
I
both have the
will
same tour dates.
I will
Yeah.
pick one
So
that
those
should
are
be
all the
easy
tour
to
dates.
see.
So we'll be playing some great songs over there. And it'll be fun. You know. And so um, so I always look forward to performing live. And what I like too is I like to film, so I have material for my YouTube and all that stuff too, my
Sure.
social
Sure.
media. And it's gonna be a fun night.
So, what
Fun
are
tour.
some of your favorite clubs that you've been to over the past few years?
Well, I play a lot now in New York City called the Django. That's a really nice club. And
Dangle.
then Birdland, and then also on the road I like the Jewel a lot. I like the Blue Strawberry. That was a nice place.
Yeah. Yeah.
The 1905 is a great club I played at recently. In Portland.
Hmm.
Where else have I played? There were so many places I was playing at last year.
Now,
There was a
Birdland.
Mhm.
That's not the original, is it?
No, it's not really.
I didn't think so. Okay.
Yeah, I think the original was on 52nd Street, if I heard correctly.
Did they
And
try
then
to recreate it at all, or is it
I
totally?
have no idea actually if they tried to. But it's a nice club. Don't get me wrong. But
Mhm.
you know, in the last year, I mean, I played in Israel, and the funny thing is, I played in Israel last November since I saw you. But guess
Mhm.
what? A couple of days ago, the producer of this festival said, "Ron, you want to go to Israel in October?" So I'm going to Israel in October again.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, to do a jazz festival. So that they just set my plane. They just set my plane ticket like yesterday or the day before. So
I
I
never
mean,
thought they loved jazz in Israel, but I guess they
they
got
do.
jazz all over the world.
Yeah. They have like some major jazz festivals there. Yeah, that's the poster there. Yeah, that's with all the tour dates. You know, so that's the uh, so that I have all my sponsors there, including City Jazz Sessions. Um, Rock Lock, which is a lock company that I'm helping promote the device that straps onto my guitar.
Mm-hmm.
It's a guitar strap holder thing, and it's really a good device to check out for people who want to easily strap a guitar on with their guitar strap on quickly and
Yeah.
securely. You know, so they're called Rock Lock. So check them out on Amazon. You know, you can go to my website. There's a link there on my, on all the tour posters and stuff too. You know, if you go to all my social media, you'll find the Rock Lock there. You know,
Okay. So on a fancy guitar like that one, what was the name of the maker again?
Benedetto.
So when you buy a guitar like that, does a guy like you, do they normally go with the strings that come with it, or maybe do you add some custom strings?
Oh no, I use my own. I use these Labella jazz tapes that I really like. You know,
Okay.
so they sound great. You know.
Hmm. Okay.
It has a really great sound. This guitar. Plus, this is a 7-string guitar, so it has that low note on there.
Hmm.
You know,
So do
and
you sponsor any amps?
yeah, Henriksen actually. Um, actually, when I met you, I had a little tiny amp,
Hmm.
and I put it through the sound system. And actually, Henriksen is an amp company that that makes these small tiny amps. I don't have it with me. I have it in the car. I usually take it with me on tour. Um, like this week, I'm going to be playing in Omaha. They have an amp there, and then the festival I'm performing at is sponsored by Henriksen because that's where they're based out of. They're out on Alana. They started this Art Shop Guitar Festival, so they'll have amps there. But I'm one of their their influencers. You know, I have my own code. So if you go to HenriksenAmplifiers.com and you use code Ron Jackson, you get
Hmm.
5% off all the amps. You know,
Cool.
any amp, and the amps are pretty, are not cheap. You know, they're really great amps, and they're worth it. You know, you get what you pay for, just like anything. Like
That-
you drive. You said you drove me around your Lincoln, but if you had like a like a I don't know, a Pinto or something. For, you know,
I, I wouldn't get a drum set and a baby Hammond in a Pinto.
no, whatever.
I would get.
You know what I mean? So I don't like using Pinto guitars anymore or amps. You know what I mean? That's the whole thing. So yeah, so these amps are high end amps, but they're really great. I mean, I took it to Jamaica. That amp I've taken everywhere.
Hmm.
Like I thought in my suitcase. It's this small, but it's like really solid state and powerful. And it
Okay.
has Bluetooth. You can put 2 mics in it,
Mm.
or get mic and guitar. I put a Hammond organ in it before. It didn't blow it out. It's just an amazing amp. But that amp lists for $1,300. That little amp like this. But people hear it on my gigs. They
Hmm.
say, "Where do you get that amp, man? I want to get that." I was like, "Well, I don't even have to sell it." They're like, "Here's my code, get 5%." Then I get a
I
commission
hear
from
you.
that.
Just
So I mean, it really
out of
works
that
good.
car.
Yeah, but anyway, so that's one of the things I endorse, among
Okay.
other things. And
Wow.
a couple of my sponsors that are my sponsors. Like Seymour Duncan's a big sponsor of mine, and they make like they make these pickups actually for this guitar. Benedetto actually has these specially made from Seymour Duncan, so they given me so much product, and I actually know the owner of Seymour. His name is Seymour Duncan actually, and it's like a big company. They're like one of the biggest pickup makers in the world.
Okay.
So they're based out of California, Santa Barbara. So I have a bunch of those kind of deals as well.
Now, so that guitar, is that primarily a jazz guitarist, or do other genres use them?
This is mostly for jazz, really.
Okay.
This is the archtop guitar. So an archtop guitar was created in America to to um to mimic a violin. So this is like carved like a violin and with F holes. just like you see on a violin, but you don't play it like this.
Yeah, yeah, I
You
got
know, like
you. Okay.
you don't
Mm,
play it like that. But yeah, so it's an American concept actually, the archtop guitar, and
mhm.
it's like a carved. It's carved like a violin, so that's why they're pretty expensive. Because violins are much more expensive. I mean, one of my friends that was one of the few African American men to play in the Metropolitan Opera. He actually, unfortunately, died during COVID. I didn't even know he had died.
Hmm.
He had like a his name was Padmore, and he had a violin that he used to carry around, like his working violin, and that violin was worth $50,000.
Wow.
Just a small one, but he had one that was in a vault that was worth $300,000. He had it in a safe or something, or in a vault or something, because
Mm.
that's how much it was worth. You know, you can't carry a $300,000 violin around
Oh, heck.
like drop it by accident or something, you know. But so guitars could be worth that much too. Actually, I mean, there's a music store in Jersey that I've been to. I was in a music store recently, and this left-handed guitar player wanted to try an acoustic guitar, so this guy gave him a Martin, left-handed,
Hmm.
and he tried it, and he said, and the owner said to him, "Look, um, that guitar, you know how much that guitar is worth? That guitar is worth $500,000." The guy went, "Ah, really?" And he said, because it was a rare guitar, no one makes a left-handed Martin like
Right.
that, acoustic. So,
Man,
you know, you can find guitars like that, you know. But this is pretty cheap for a guitar compared to that, you know.
I guess so, man.
Yeah,
You got to do a lot of touring and gigging to buy that bad boy.
yeah, yeah. It's like you might as well also buy a house, you know. Yeah. So anyway, yeah. So yeah. So I have quite a few endorsements and things like that.
Hmm.
So you know, strings, picks, amplifiers, speakers, guitars, different types of
Wow.
things, you know. You know,
Awesome.
you know.
Man,
I mean,
I
a
didn't
lot
know
of
you had that many great associations with the products. I really didn't.
yeah. I mean, yeah. I started, what's the word? Like, you know, um, you know, started these relationships with all these companies.
Hmm.
I would go to this thing called the NAM show, which is like the National Association of Music Merchandisers event, and
Ah,
meet these people directly, and and then be an artist instead of buying the product directly, and then I can represent the products.
right.
Just like I represent City Jazz Sessions, I
Yeah.
put their logos on there or whatever, that type of stuff. So it's the same kind of deal. So because a lot of guys, a lot of people want to advertise, so instead of paying for ads, you know, they'll give me guitars instead,
Hmm.
or they'll sponsor. I had a tour sponsor last year that gave, including yourself and some other people that gave, money toward the tour, and you know, and I put their logo. It's like a form of advertising because they'll do it. They have to do it anyway. They do it anyway, so they'd rather do it for the artists too. You know.
Yeah, you put your product in a great artist's hands, and that speaks for itself.
Exactly.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Exactly. With anything, I mean, it's not only music. It could be like, you know, Crisco oil, or whatever. Hey man, I drink Crisco oil, man. You know, so let's pay this guy to clog his arteries and whatever.
Or shine his head with it.
Yeah. Or shiny shoes or whatever. Whatever.
Hey,
So, yeah, so that's what I do basically. And
all right.
yeah, so yeah, I'm looking forward to this tour. And I like to thank all my sponsors: City Jazz Sessions, Rock Lock, Seymour Duncan, the pickups, Pig Hog cables, the cables I use actually, and Reunion Blues cases. And is there something else I'm missing? And yeah, basically all those sponsors that help my tour out, and
Okay.
it's going to
Gotcha.
be fun, you know.
Okay. Well, we didn't get the list of the products, but maybe we can tag some of those guys when we work with you.
Oh yeah. I think that I already tagged you on some posts actually on Instagram. Did I? Yeah, actually, you know what? It's in an email. It's in the email I sent you with the tour posters. It's already on there. You can see the tags. I already sent that to you actually.
Oh,
You
okay.
got,
Cool.
if Leon want to take a look at that email, you could see all the tags. I already tagged you guys, and the link to Rock Lock and my code, discount code. If you get a Rock Lock, you get 15% off. Leon, if you take a look at that email with those posters you put up just now, you can actually see all my sponsor tags. It is with your Instagram. It's St. Louis City Jazz, Seymour Duncan Pickups, Ronnie Music Label, Pig Hall Cables, Reunion Blues, Gigs Bags, and Rocklock didn't have social media, unfortunately, so I couldn't put them up.
Okay.
You know? Yeah. Yeah. Those are all my sponsors for this tour. You could put those up later if you want. You could try to.
Well, I'm
search
looking
for
at
them.
try how to pull them up right now. So give me a second.
Yeah. Yeah. And then you could put those guys up now or later. If you could find them, like they'll be on YouTube. Some of these guys too, like Rocklock. I think it's mainly on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, so yeah, it's gonna be a fun tour. We're gonna be playing music off my new album. I mean, my album that you saw me play last year, and some, and other albums, and then maybe I'll introduce some new tunes before I release them next year for my next album. And it's gonna be fun, and it'll be a great tour. You know, and want me to leave you off with a song, maybe?
Oh, that would be great, man. What you got?
Let me see.
All right. Bravo. That was great. Moon Dance.
Yeah. Good guess. Good guess. That's on my first 7-string record called Standards and Other Songs, where I took some pop songs and made them into jazz. But that happened to be actually when Van Morrison wrote that song. It was a jazz song actually. He made it a swing song in a way. So
Okay.
yeah.
Didn't know that.
Yeah. So thanks for having me.
Yeah, we appreciate it once again. Ryan Jackson, ladies and gentlemen.
So now I have to get crowd cheering and clapping, some sound effects. So the next time, this has more of a body to it, more of a good feel.
Yeah. Thanks. You know.
Well, I really appreciate you coming on.
Yeah.
So there was some challenges in there, and that was good. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Oh man.
As
Thank you for
usual,
having me.
Leon comes through for me and gets it done.
Oh man, thank you. You know, and I'm used to like being on, like I was streaming a lot during the lockdown,
Yeah.
and I'm like a creator in a way. I kind of go live a lot myself in a way, on my channels. I go sometimes I'll go live. I use this program called StreamYard. I'll go live on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, all at the same time.
Sure.
I used to get notifications, but I haven't seen any lately. I'm going to figure out what happened.
From me?
Yeah.
Oh no, I haven't been doing it as much recently, but I'm going to start doing
Okay.
it again. Like on the road, I'm going to go live sometimes.
Yeah.
It's
that would be nice.
it's just like another layer of, I don't want to say stress, because I have to. Well, I'll be doing all this stuff, and then the only thing I won't be doing is playing the guitar. That's the problem. I'll be doing everything else.
Right. Oh yeah.
Which I'm really here to play the guitar, but sometimes I can't even do that because I'm just doing too many other things.
Sure.
Yeah, but I appreciate you guys. I'm gonna have to start packing right now and get going.
Okay.
All right. Once again, Ryan Jackson, New York City, 7-string guitarist. It's been a ball. Talk to you
Yeah,
again.
me too.
And
I'll talk to you guys
Mike.
on the road. I'll talk to you while I'm out. Okay?
All righty.
Yeah,
That'd be
would
great. City Jazz Sessions is brought to you by St. Louis City Jazz, a 501c3 company dedicated to music education and appreciation. The CEO is Magic Man 50, and for more ways to connect with City Jazz Sessions, visit cityjazzsessions.wixsite.com/St. Louis. The City Jazz Sessions team includes host, content director, and guest coordinator, jazz great Ronnie Barrage. Follow Ronnie at ronniebarrage.biz. Host, website designer, graphic artist, content director, and guest coordinator, singing sensation Leica. Discover more about Leica at leicamusic.com. Additional production services are provided by Lions Den Productions. Go to thelionsdenstl.wixsite.com/home. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe for more great content.